You know, they accomplished a lot, and there's a sting that sits in your belly with a loss like this, and it'll take a while to get over. It's disappointing, and again, you know, we wish Chicago the best of luck. They did a great job tonight and played hard, and you know, going to the Super Bowl because of it.
Right, you showed even non-believers so they can believe. Thanks, Coach. All right, well, I have a feeling we'll be seeing you again in the postseason.
Thank you.
All right, take
Thank
care.
you.
Sean Payton, let's go back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Chris. You know, TB, Sean Payton and his team, rightfully so, feeling a sting after losing a game like this. But in time, they will be able to look back and realize what a great accomplishment this year was.
It's all about experience, Kurt. I mean, my first playoff run was 41 years before we got to the AFC Championship game. It was 40 years for the New Orleans Saints. And if you've built your foundation right, which I think they're doing, you don't necessarily say, well, we'll be back next year, but you build it, and eventually it finally comes to fruition, and you become that great football team that right now we think they are, but they're still a little bit, you know, they need a little bit more.
Yeah, as you mentioned, I mean, this team is built for the long haul. You bring in a quarterback like Drew Brees, you've got the kind of players he's assembled, 28 new players. They're going to make some more changes, bring in more players. But it's not the last time we're going to see the New Orleans Saints.
The way they brought in talent this past year, if they bring in that same amount of talent this coming year, they'll be right back
and
here.
The experience level, Jimmy, what they got today.
Without question. Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right, remember this time last year, though, the Pittsburgh Steelers were celebrating going to the Super Bowl. A coaching change there, of course, as Bill Cowher retired. And we've got some breaking news as the Steelers have now a new head coach. Our NFL insider Jay Glazer reports that Vikings defensive coordinator Mike Tomlin has agreed to a 4-year deal. Tomlin will fly to Pittsburgh, where they are expected to make an official announcement by tomorrow. He'll be the youngest head coach in the National Football League at the age of 34. Boy, I feel old all of a sudden. Back with more from Chicago, where the snow is falling and the confetti as well. The celebration rolling on.
The characters you love, the episodes you can't live without. What's on Seinfeld this week? Find out anytime at fox50.com.
Welcome back to the AT&T postgame show.
In just 4 weeks, on February 18th, NASCAR is back on Fox, beginning with the Great American Race, the Daytona 500.
Somewhere out there, the brightest stars in the galaxy are getting ready for the biggest race in the universe. NASCAR returns to Fox with the Daytona 500, February 18th in HD.
And joining us now is NASCAR's defending points champ and the winner of last year's Daytona 500, Jimmie Johnson. Jimmie Johnson, you ever met Jimmie Johnson?
Just did today. So,
JJ?
Yes.
We're going to go fishing.
We're going to go fishing.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us, first of all. And you guys start with the Super Bowl of auto racing, but you have to be excited about just watching this performance here today by the Chicago Bears.
What a game. To be here in Soldier Field, to watch this game, to be a part of it, to see the energy in the stands. It really was a good time. Really great time.
All those tries, man, tried to finally win it. You won it last year. Got that off your back. When they got a repeat, you can't even do anything. Now you got a repeat.
I know. Before we even left Homestead after the championship, they're like, well, what are you going to do next year? So we had a great season last year. I'm so thankful for all the hard work and everything that went into it to be a champion. And now our season's here, and we got to do it again.
Good. You're coming off of a broken wrist. Now, are you going to be able to turn the wheel to the left?
Certainly. I'll be able to turn the wheel. You know, golf's a dangerous sport, so you got to be careful.
Terry and I got the whole thing straightened out. It's the fib tib, right?
It's a fib tib,
He broke the fib tib?
Yeah.
Or was it the navicular?
the navicular.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to be doing some racing before they get to the Daytona 500 in the
Certainly.
Rolex 24-hour race.
Rolex 24.
Talk about that. I mean, because that's a lot different than your normal 500 miler.
It's so different, and it's nice for myself to go out and get some seat time and get experience in a different type of race car. And the Rolex 24 is an amazing race. We have a lot of NASCAR drivers in it and world champions from all forms of auto racing coming together and racing for 24 hours straight. So it's quite a challenge.
We have you here. We have to ask you about the passing of Benny Parsons, former champion NASCAR, leaving this world of cancer. Your thoughts on him?
It is such an unfortunate situation. Benny was so close to so many people inside the garage area. I didn't think that the last time I saw him in Homestead would be the last time I saw him, and I'm just so sad about that. He's going to be dearly missed, and the NASCAR community is still grieving that loss.
All right.
Good luck defending.
Joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank
guys.
you very
Thank
much.
you.
And once again, the Daytona 500, February 18th, right here on Fox. All right, as we continue to break down the Bears' victory today and the NFC Championship, we'll send it up to the booth and the guys who called the game for us today, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, for more.
Okay, well, on the heels of this 25-point win for the Chicago Bears, I think we expected a tight game. There was a moment there where the Bears took charge, and you said it during the game, it really started with that safety on the intentional grounding for Drew Brees.
Yeah, I think that's when everything changed there for New Orleans, because they got outplayed early in the ball game. They overcame some of the fumbles that they had, and they were able to come away with some points, but they just couldn't quite overcome the safety that took place, and it seemed to serve as a real momentum change for the Chicago team when they came back from that and then really ran away with it. And you know, what happened in the game is kind of like what we thought. We knew the defense was going to have to play great for Chicago. They ended up doing that. We knew that the running game for the Bears was going to have to be productive. They were outstanding, and Rex played well. I mean, he didn't have to play great. He didn't play great, but he played well, and the team won.
And today was a reminder that even facing the top-rated offense in the NFL, the New Orleans Saints, this Chicago Bears defense can still make big plays. They did today, and a big reason why they won.
Yeah, and I think that now as you move into whoever they're going to be playing in the Super Bowl, whether that's Indianapolis or New England, that defense is going to be tested once again. But we all know that Chicago defensively has the players and is certainly capable of putting it together as they did today. And so a lot of people think that the winner from the AFC is going to run away with it. I'm not so sure.
It's been a fun year. Thanks.
It's been great, buddy.
All right, back to the set.
All right, thank you both, Joe and Troy. And a reminder that our Subway Fresh Buzz just keeps you in the mood, knowing that the Chicago Bears are already in the Super Bowl. They will face either New England or Indianapolis. The winner of the AFC will be determined in a game beginning shortly in Indy. All right, guys, some final thoughts on today's crowning achievement. I guess Denny Green was right. You can crown the Chicago Bears.
You can crown the Bears. A lot of people question the Chicago defense going into this game because the last 5 weeks they'd given up some yardage running the ball. But they didn't take into account that one reason they were so good on defense, they led the league in 44 takeaways, led the league with fumbles recovered. Lovie Smith does a great job of teaching this, and that's a big part of their defense is the takeaways.
This to me is the Bears' formula for winning, particularly with a young Rex Grossman. They ran the ball, 46 times, 196 yards. Thomas Jones was obviously a big difference maker. We talked to him about it. They decided to go with Benson at the beginning of the game to soften that defense up, and then Jones came in, play great defense, run the football, don't turn it over, don't make mistakes, Rex.
Yeah, great defense versus great offense. That was kind of a wash there. Then you turn it over. It was the Bears the Bears offense that really got the better of the Saints. Bears, though, have to do this. Ron Turner, do not hold Rex Grossman back in the Super Bowl. If you do, my friend, I think that's a huge mistake, because if you play the Colts, or especially if you play New England, you will not win that game being that conservative.
But once again, congratulations to the Chicago Bears. They are on to Super Bowl 41.
Been a great year with
once
you,
again, we want to thank you guys
man.
for welcoming me aboard the pregame and halftime and postgame and all that. And
Glad
all the
you
hard work
survived.
people at Fox Sports this year who went with us on the road as we took this traveling circus with us from here to there. Thank you very much. We look forward to seeing you next year.
See you next year.
Folks.
Promotional consideration paid for by Fox Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League. The NFL is online at www.nfl.com.